Welcome. Welcome, good people. Welcome, good people. Welcome, good people. We are back. Oh, took a while to get this live up and cracking. I don't know why. I got fiber internet. Everything here seems to be rolling. We're situated. Hopefully, YouTube fixes its stream. Doesn't look like they're fixing it right now. Who needs notifications? That's what I'm saying. Always make sure you follow my Twitter. Make sure you follow my Facebook. I mean, not Facebook, but Instagram, because there you will always get a notification. Twitter has never let me down on notifications. I swear to God, if you follow my Twitter and you have access to it, you will always be notified when I go live. Now, my Twitter is @Carcino for those who might not know. Jay Prince did an interview, talking about this? Is that what you're saying? Because I didn't see that. Here's the thing. Adrien Broner has some friends here in Houston, same type of friends that Floyd Mayweather has. Some a little different that Floyd don't really hang with, but I don't think laziness has anything to do with it, Mr. Merkin. It's a lot of things at play here. But anyway, Adrien Broner's situation is a lot different because when you look at it in its totality, you're seeing a whole different spectrum, a whole different shift as far as the energy of what Floyd hangs with and what Floyd don't hang with. Now, here's the thing. Floyd used to hang with this crowd. You understand? This used to be the type of crowd Floyd would hang out with 24/7 when he kick it. But now he's older, he doesn't. Now you got Adrien Broner, who's about the same age Floyd was, moving in the same kind of ways, but just a little bit dangerous than how Floyd used to. Because one, Floyd does not drink or do drugs. Period. Period. So he's always in a clear state of mind when he's thinking. I mean, in these situations, as far as not being inebriated and things of this matter. Now, I can't say the same from Adrien. I'm not going to say he was drunk. I'm not going to say he was messed up in any kind of way, because I don't want to, assume that this is what happened to this gentleman. Now, from what I've been told, he got into it with some dudes from Houston, a guy named Boston George. I don't know Boston George. I don't really know too much about him. His name has come up in many times and different things. I just don't know who he is. Sorry. No disrespect to him. I just don't know the person. Now, for what I was told, that AB was, I guess, out of control over some situation or whatever the argument was about. And Mr. George tried many times to tell him to calm down and go home. Get him up out of here. He got to go. And he steadily was trying to challenge the guy who's bigger than him, talking about what he could do and everything of this nature. Apparently. Even putting his hands on a dude like this, and even though he big, he knocked out big dudes before and blah, blah, blah. This is the story I'm hearing. Now, once again, the guy, Mr. George, and his homeboy, who I really don't know, even his name, decided that this would be a good idea because he's tired of AB running his mouth to him to step up. And then AB gets into it with him. Oh, thanks for the super chat donation, Mr. Burundi Sledge. Yes, you guys can hit the button and super chat me all day long. I would not be upset with that. It's not that he's stuck on stupid. It's just that he keeps putting himself in a stupid situation that he doesn't need to be in. And that might be because he can't help it. I think he might need some help in this issue, in this area. And I don't know what really went down from that point on because it gets murky with the dialogue, with people saying what happened. One person said, yeah, he called AB a B, and AB got mad and was like, I'll show you a B and all this stuff. Anyway, for what it looked like is that he tried to grab George's homeboy. George hit AB and he fell onto the ground. So AB was kicking and trying to get in there, and people were trying to grab him and break it up. AB's guys trying to get to AB. AB still has some jewelry around his neck when this was going on. And then he goes back and they break it up. And I guess apparently he takes the jewelry off and hands it to his boy. And then he's like, what's up? And when he did that, again, he's trying to go at a guy who's like about 6 feet tall, from what people were telling me. Like, dude, he going up against a dude who's 6 feet. He's like 5'5", talking about he knocked out Big MLs before. And then he thought it'd be a good idea to try to tackle this man. So he ran straight in and tried to tackle him. And once he tried to do that, the guy just basically lifted him up, boom, power slammed him, threw him on the ground. And they just started dragging him and throwing him by his pants leg, and people were kicking him as he's like going by and then swatting, hitting him in the face and all kind of stuff. So then people started breaking it up, and it was over as fast as it started. Like this whole thing that's drug out, my dialogue is probably as long as it went down. There was no beating Adrien in the face like 1,000 times. That did not happen. That didn't happen. But he got power bombed from what the person told me. He picked AB up, threw him down, and then they was dragging him and kicking him by his leg and trying to punch him. Then he was like, man, it was like the whole nightclub was getting involved. Some guy was coming over stomping on AB, man. It was crazy. His boys was trying to break it up and grab AB and get AB up out of there. So it was crazy. So that's about all I know from the situation. Nothing really, idle threats going back and forth. I'm not going to incriminate anybody in this. So, but that's what they're saying that happened. And the whole thing happened less than 2 minutes. The actual the physical contest lasted less than a minute, if anything, then more than that. AB only had a couple of bruises, maybe. Other than that, that was it. So my thing is this: the hurt I have is for Adrien. This is my thing. For Adrien Broner, you know your situation. You know that you need to watch how you move. How many times have they've done a reconstruction of Adrien Broner? Like, we're going to reintroduce Adrien Broner. Let's try to save Adrien, make sure Adrien's doing the right thing. People are rooting for this guy to win. He really has a lot of people in his corner rooting for him to win. They actually use the word power bomb too. And they say he got power bombed in the club. So like he lifted AB up, slammed him, and they start kicking him and dragging him. So, but Adrian's not all bruised up from what I heard. Like he didn't really get destroyed. Some people kicked him and all that stuff. But AB is a guy that, we want to see win because we remember him coming up. Like he's from Cincinnati, man. Nobody gave him nothing, nothing. He had to earn his spot. He had to do what he had to do to get to where he was at. But he's having a hard time adjusting the streets to the success of being a businessman, doing the things you did in the streets and hanging out with those guys. He's having a hard time adjust to celebrity and millions of dollars. This is like what will happen if you give a kid in the ghetto millions of dollars and he's not ready to handle that kind of money. He's not ready to, and he has everything in place to teach him how to hold these funds, manage his family. Here it is. This guy, Adrien, had all these jewelry, $1 million worth of jewelry on his neck, chains, everything. And his mom was still in the same house he grew up in the same hood. When I saw that, I was like, oh my God, this is not a good look. The first thing I would have done was move my mom out of that raggedy house. I don't care what attachment she had to it. We about this house. We about this area. We gonna be in a whole new area, whole new house, everything. But it's the level of the mentality that a lot of people have when they come from the streets. Is that they don't know they don't feel comfortable in one of those situations. They think it's boring. These guys, my neighbor come out, when you live in these multi-million dollar area homes, when you look at your neighbors, you look at all of these people surrounding you, there's a whole different mentality that's in place. Like their way of thinking is entirely different from how you're thinking. Entirely. They're not thinking on the level of the way you're thinking. Because if you think about it, most of these multi-million dollar homes, if you see a black family, 9 times out of 10, they're in entertainment or they're an athlete. You see a white guy live in those homes, doctor, lawyer, investment, and stocks. So when you get to this situation, you said president. So when you get to these type of situations, you realize that things change. You're not living in the same environment and you're not able to do the same things you used to do. So you kind of have a hard time adjusting because you want to go kick it in your own hood, but you make too much money to kick it in your own hood. Other people are envious of what you got. They know you got money. They either gonna ask you for it or take it from you. It's one or the other. They ain't gonna wait for you to give it. Look, I'm not making a video on Snoop and that Selena Powell girl. That is all BS. I'm gonna just tell you what that is right now. That's promotion for a television show Snoop got coming up, and I think academics is involved. It's called Clout Chasers, and that's what this whole thing's about. And they're building up all this promotion about it. Then when it comes out and be revealed that it's part of a television show called Clout Chasers, then you're gonna see it's why would they even do this with a person like this? I have no idea. But I'm out of that. I don't even want to go into that. Now, no, but see, here's the thing. It's about what do you trust, who do you trust, and it's hard to trust when you got people that come around once you got money. Once people think you're balling out of control, then here they come. I mean, I had people come around me because they thought, because they saw me with Floyd, that I was rolling just like Floyd. And they was like, he with Floyd. Hey, cuz, yo, when Floyd come around, hey, don't come pick me up. I'm like, dog, you don't never come. That's one of the reasons. If I go to Houston, I'm not gonna go to Houston to go in on nightclubs to go kick it. But they want to do that. They're young. They want to go kick it in the club and do all this wild stuff. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I mean, I make good money, but I earn my money. So I put work in. Nate Rob, you got to learn to have better conversations. You can't keep running away from conversations. She knows what I'm talking about. Oh, the book is amazing. James Prince's book is amazing. I don't even need none of the internet stuff. I mean, the whole industry stuff. His life period is interesting. Very powerful book. Now, me and Nayrod, we divorced. We're just friendly as far as the separation. Okay, here it is. You said, "What's my advice for managing my what, especially when you're moving up? It's tough chasing success. It's harder maintaining it. You have to change the change in managing. You have to manage yourself. Is That's the best thing. You have to manage you. You're the business, so you have to manage yourself. You have to change your circles and environment. You have to be surrounded by people who have the same type of motivation. Like I got, can you call me during the live? Why would you want to call me during the live? But anyway, like I was saying, this is the scenario that I'm talking about. For my input on the book, are you talking about your live? Well, we'll talk about this on the gram. Now, here's the situation. Okay, goodbye. Now, here's the situation that I was talking about. Um, Burundi, who was the only one to leave me a donation today. Shame on y'all. He left a super chat in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and give him the answer he's looking for. There are certain friends you know that you cannot bring, that you cool with, but you cannot bring them in every situation that you have. You can't have these friends mingle with these friends. Even though you're the link with all these guys, you cannot bring all of them together in a room. It just can't happen. Certain places you can't take some broke friends, but there are some places you can go and hang out with them and everything is good. So you got to keep your circles different. Now, when you're going over here handling business, you got to be able to do this. Now, some of your friends that are poor, they don't understand this because they don't understand that you can't take them into this certain environment or this certain circle because they don't know any better. They come from nothing. They have been offended a whole bunch of people that affect a lot of money coming your way. I've I've lost thousands and thousands of dollars because of a situation like that. I mean, from the very first words out of homeboy's mouth. Oh, what's up, nigga? I lost thousands right then and there at that moment in time. That's exactly how it went down. The Doubletree Hotel, I'm sorry, the Westin Hotel in Wheeling, Illinois, in the conference room. My homeboy came up there to meet me to get some keys because he was locked out. I told him I will meet him outside. He comes in to get the key. As he got somebody out there, he didn't want to park. He got them waiting outside with the car running because he couldn't get in because he needed a key. He comes right in there, and what is he wearing? A doggone jumpsuit, jogging suit, velour, a velour jogging suit. What's up, Mike? Thanks, Mike. Mike Vic 79. He comes right up to me. I'm talking to this guy, man. We're talking about this deal they talking about doing. And then he was, hey, what's up, Magnificent? Yo! I'm like, yo, man, you got that key? I was like, I'm waiting for you to call so I can meet you outside to bring you the key to get in. Oh, well, yeah, I need that because I got what's her name out there. Yeah, she got the car running. Man, I can't believe I left that key, man. I think what's his name stole it from me. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, this is a guy I'm invested with. You know, we talking to business right now. Oh, what's up, nigga? It was over. It was all over. No, it was a black guy. It was a black guy. That's why he saw him when I was like, yeah, yeah, well, I'm invested with him. Oh, yeah, what's up, nigga? Slap, high five him, gave him a shake. He was okay. This guy here hangs out with some wild people. God, yeah, they didn't want to take the risk. They didn't want to do it. They didn't want to do the deal. I didn't blame him because if I'd have saw that and I'd have been him, like he said, what would you think if I was in your position? I've been like, this dude hang around some wild negro. So the moral of the story is make sure you manage how to keep your friends in certain circles. Certain friends will bring you down. They don't mean to. That's all they know. They can't. You know how they say you can't save everybody? Some people love where they at. Some people be like, I ain't trying to lead a hood. What you doing trying to take me out of the hood? They didn't brainwash you. That's that Illuminati. I like it over here. I'm just gonna take some money and bring it over here. I want to stay here. Man, I'm playing spades over here. You up there ruining more game. Yeah, told you, we sat there. They don't want to go nowhere. I'll be like, dog, you can play spades in another neighborhood. You don't have to live here to play spades. You know the game travels. You can buy a deck of cards out there. Like people got mad when cause damn you live too far from the city. Yeah, wait, man, that's what I'm saying. You living around the enemy. I'll be the enemy. I'll be the enemy. What do you mean? Yeah, he want us to move out there by the enemy. Why I want to live by people that hate me? I'm like, dog, you already fighting with the people around your house. You think they love you? Nah, they keep you conditioned. They want you to live in the killing fields. That's what they want you. Those are called the killing fields. See, you guys don't understand that. There's actually a chart that they have that the city they put up, and they outline the city areas in red. Okay, they outline the city areas in red to show you the areas in which people are. Now, imagine people of high crime rate is only a half a block away from where there's no crime. And you like, well, why? That don't even make sense. If there's so much high crime going on in this area, why less than 1 block away, there's like no crime? You would think it would trickle over to the other area. No, because they keep it controlled. They have a different group of people that live here. They may be Jewish, for example. Over here might be Hispanic, African Americans, whatever. But what is over here and what is over there? Over there, you have block clubs, you have job opportunities, they have certain restaurants, and they don't mingle over the bridge. Over the bridge, nothing but liquor stores, cleaners, little low income jobs. Everybody's into it with another guy across the street. Violence, people riding around, trash, broken bottles, cracked valves, drug problem, all throughout this area, violence over here at night. The people over the bridge, they know not to go over there. They stay segregated. So 1 block away, no violence. And the police and the city officials, they look at these areas in the towns and they say, okay, over here is good. Red is where a lot of the crime areas are. They know where the crime areas are. You would think they say, okay, let's go break up this crime area. No, they don't. I'll tell you, one racist cop told my friend as he was arresting him, he told him, I'm glad you out here committing crimes. He said, when I see you, I light up. And he was like, man, because you a racist cracker mother. He was like, no. He's like, I don't like you, but I need you. Our face lights up when I see you because I already know you got drugs on you. You got something. You got a warrant. You got an arrest. All I know is I got to wait to take you down, and you're going to help me get overtime on my job, and you're going to put my kids through college. The guy was not racist. The white guy that he was talking to was a police officer. He wasn't racist. He was trying to do that on purpose to wake him up. The white guy actually holds a youth group where he has a whole bunch of blacks in there and he tries to inform them on stop helping the police put you in jail. If you want to stop the police officers from doing all these things to you, stop doing all of these things to put yourself in a position to where they're going to make a living putting their kids through college based on this. The guy's like, I'm getting overtime. My overtime is paying my college. My college is for my kids. I'm getting overtime because you guys are highly involved in the gang beat. Stop doing these. Start listening to the things that's going on. So he was telling him this in hopes that he would wake up. Because my buddy didn't realize that he was the one with the drugs on him. I'm like, dog, he's going in there, there's vials of drugs. Man, I found that. I just picked that up. I mean, dog, you had the bags on you. You in there negotiating bags. So I mean, what was the cop supposed to do? Let you slide? So you were already in the wrong. He gave you some knowledge. Every time he sees you, he's like, man, this cop man, that's harassment. You can't just keep coming grabbing me. I'm like, dog, you keep getting hit on by the same cop. So that should tell you something. Stop selling rocks or find a smarter way to do business because this is definitely not it. But he told you, you guys are helping keeping the police officers on overtime. You guys are making them payments on their houses, all of it with your activity. But those areas where it's high crime, high drugs, no after school programs, schools are overcrowded. They're closing down certain schools and packing everybody in one school like sardines. Teacher can't really teach all these kids at once. There's no control in the classrooms, fights, teachers getting in fights, the teachers are getting beat up by the students. It's crazy. Drugs are being sold through the schools and they're under policed in certain areas, over policed in another. And because of it, those areas are becoming the killing zone. That's what it's called, the killing fields. That was the name the government gave those high target crime areas. And that cops used to tell each other, the killing fields. And this is not just Chicago, this is Detroit. Every scenario in the world is like this. Our enemy is the system that we allowed ourselves to fall victim to. We can control all of this ourselves by becoming wise. Just because they put a gun in front of you and give you some drugs in front of you, don't mean you need to grab that gun and grab them drugs. Once you grab that gun and you grab them drugs, your life expectancy just dropped in half. Once you touch that gun and drugs, your life expectancy went from here to bang, you're gone. Because what are you going to do with that? One, drugs. You help killing people that look just like you, making them fiends, making them gonna want to go grab drugs, making them want to go grab a gun, and you're making them more weak-minded. So the more you sell, the more work you're doing for them. The more crimes you commit with the gun, murders, shootings, more investigations, more police hours, more overtime, more they get to pay on their houses, and more they get to put their kids through school, all on the backs of your ignorance. And they're going to let you continue this and cycle until you die After one of the crackheads you sold to, or somebody who just like you decides to use the gun on you. Now you're dead. Somebody else picks up your gun, picks up your drugs, and the cycle continues. This is called the killing fields that you're living in. And people saying, no, you got to change the neighborhood. We all can't just move out. I would rather move out than try to change the environment from the outside in. Trying to stay in the area of the killing fields and trying to change the killing fields is not working. Right. So you have to disrupt the system. So if you don't disrupt the system, then that's not very risky because you're not going to get anything done. It's like a hamster running in a wheel, trying to fix this thing from where you're at. I've seen it done. I've seen it. I've been in the programs, the meetings. I've been there with the angry parents who's venting and stuff. I just showed you what it took. People don't even know who their own alderman is. People care about getting on the news. They want to do a whole thing where they help a whole bunch of people hold up traffic on the expressway saying, you got to listen to us. Then it gets broken up and everything never changes and the cycle continues. Everybody's still a hamster in the wheel. Nothing is getting done. Find out who your alderman is, threaten to have them removed from power because you control the people, you control the votes. Learn how to control things from the outside in. Learn how the other people are doing better than you. When the kids got shot up in that rich school in Florida, Parkland, when those kids in Parkland, Florida got shot up, the school, the people who were survivors, most of these kids, some of these kids weren't even in the school when the shooting happened. But yet these guys are on the front panel pushing the gun laws. And when Fox News took a shot at one of them, what happened? They had Fox News has been taking shots at everybody and can nobody say nothing. They had these guys come out, lead a whole march talking about all the sponsors. They went after the sponsors of all these companies and they threatened to take them down. Next thing you know, sponsors start pulling away from Fox and she had to put out an apology. You see how you make change? You hurt people in their pocketbooks. If you hurt people in their pockets, it brings forth change. Once you start affecting people's jobs and pocketbook, it affects change. Not some of the times, not half of the time, all of the time. So the only way you really know how something works and how a hood or a neighborhood or your area can be better, and that is if you lived in another area and you look and you see how this is working and there's no crime here. What is the what is the what is the what is the factors in play that this area has no crime and this one is crime driven? So you notice the things around your area, and then you learn the things that are in other areas. You notice in your environment where you live, they have recreation, they have arts and crafts programs, they have all these different outlets, computer centers, libraries. They have all these different things for kids to do for social interactions. They have ice cream parlors kids can hang out at, and college kids, high schools, they hang out here. They even got the little ramps where they do the skateboards, outreach programs, They got a reading area where you can just go in there and read. They have all of these constructive things for them. They even have little local neighborhood jobs for the kids that's in high school, their little first jobs. They can work here, they can work there. And you notice what you don't have in the neighborhood that you used to be in, and you see no arts and crafts program, no music centers, no nothing, no recreation, no parks to go to. They're all ridden with no broken down equipment, drug dealers hanging in the kids' playgrounds at the schools. All of these things are missing. No computer centers, nothing, all gone. So there is no meeting and no interaction and no way for these kids to meet except for online, Facebook. So they have no connection with other people. So the only interaction they have is when they go outside and there's nothing to do. There's no jobs, there's no recreation things for them to do. So what do? They hang around each other and they go get in trouble. So it makes it easier for the gangs to recruit them because that's the only interaction they know. And so the cycle continues. Funding is not as hard as you think. If everybody was involved and everybody put up even $1, you would have funds. Imagine if somebody put up five. Imagine if somebody put up 10. You mean to tell me you ain't got $10? You couldn't come up with $10? Period. It it's the unification that's the problem. We're not unified. Do you know how unified we were in the 60s and 70s when things were getting done? Now we're broken up. We don't trust each other at all. We would trust somebody we just met 2 days ago before we trust anybody that looked just like us. In the 70s, if you were black, you got a chance. Period. It had nothing to do with Black Panthers. It was just black, period. If you were black, you got a chance. You look like me, cool. We in it together. And it was unspoken word. I remember my grandfather told me they were in an area and he was just all white people in there and he had to go to this area for something and he was nervous. And when he went there, nothing happened to him. Like nobody bothered him, nothing. But he went there thinking like, okay, something's gonna happen, and he was just nervous because he had never been in this area before, and he had to go grab some parts. And as he's walking, he see another black person that was up there, and that black person was the only black person he ever seen. So he looked up like, and the black guy saw him from he was up top walking around. He looked and saw him as another black guy, and they just like nodded their head at each other like, all right, if some go down, at least we got each other's back. They never said one word to each other, but they knew if some was to go down, I got one guy that's riding with me, and I'm riding with him if something go down. Unspoken language that spoke volumes. They communicated, just barely saw each other. They made like eye contact, like, okay, all right, that's one. But nothing ever happened. Nothing ever came out of it. But that was just the instance back then. See, when we were younger, we did not understand. Like we used to go down south, like my mom, them. They didn't understand. They thought it was just cool that my grandparents would just park on the side of the roads when they were driving from Chicago to down south. They never realized that because they were shielded from it, that they couldn't go in certain hotels because they were like, look, no Negroes allowed. It was dangerous if you go and do that. They just thought it was cool. They pulling on the side of the road, taking a nap. Because certain places would not let blacks in. And my parents didn't even know this stuff back then. So your parents were protecting you the whole time and you didn't even know it. Well, yeah, but see, that's the thing. People, that's the key right there. Is as long as you keep people segregated, that's how racism and all that stuff breeds. You fear what you don't know. You fear what you don't understand. But if you ever met somebody and you ever talked to them, then the fear would dissipate. You'd be like, I'm not afraid of John. I know John all the time. We John talk. It brings the barriers down. You will be surprised. You will be surprised how many white people have never socialized and had almost nothing to do with blacks. You would think that is a very rare occurrence, right? That cannot happen in real life. There is a lot of white people that have had zero interaction with blacks, period. Everywhere they went, school, everything has just been white, 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 white. Even when they went and got their foods, white, 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 white. They have never, ever had really any interaction with blacks. Only thing they knew about us was the news. So imagine if you had never met a black person ever in your life, and the only way you knew about them was through the news. Imagine how you would feel if you had to interact with them. They were a hockey family, so once again, they really didn't see any blacks. They had no interaction really with blacks whatsoever until they lived their lives like this. I'm gonna tell you the type of job she had. She sold houses, and she never sold to anybody that was basically a black couple. She never interacted with any, because she sold high-end homes in certain areas where it's just white people. And she's not. She's like, I just never did anything. So this is what happened. Her daughter end up dating a black guy. How did it happen? I don't know. But in her area, it started to more blacks started coming in the area, more Hispanics. So her kids are going to school, the same place she used to go to school, but now it's changed. It's a little bit more diverse. So now here it is. Her daughter is now dating blacks. So now blacks are coming to the house. Now she's forced to interact, and she's nervous that she might say something racist and she don't know if it's racist or not. So she's afraid. When there really shouldn't even be any fear. She's afraid to relax and talk. And you will be amazed how many people are out there like that. Because a lot of you guys don't understand. We just be like, you a racist old bag. That's just how we blacks look at it. We don't break nothing down, and majority of us, we ain't got that time. They don't break nothing. We don't really have the time to break it down. We just go right in for the attack. I'm quite sure you met the people I'm talking about because they exist. But you wouldn't know unless you actually had interaction with people. And that's the problem. When people don't really interact with one another. They only know what they see off television, and they think, like, when a lot of people see me, they're like surprised. Like, it's really funny. Like I told you, the one guy who always got to tell me every time he sees me and show me a picture that he has a black girlfriend. I'm like, dude, if you show me this picture one more time of you and this black girl, it's crazy. And then the white girls and the white people, like white kids and stuff, when they see me, it's amazing because they think like, okay, I got to show them I'm cool. So let me go ahead and put on some Drake. It was cool. I just died laughing. They put on Drake's song with like Lil Wayne and they doing the dance like, hey, we cool, black guy. I just laugh because they don't they're trying to communicate. They just don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. But see, the government knows that segregation means more money, more control. They can control what they want to get it done. As long as you keep people segregated, you can have more control. Once you don't have that control and people are segregated, there's no more fear. It's harder to push agendas. When people are like, no, I know him. They're not all like that. Like people are, when they see me, they assume that, oh, he's a black guy, he knows this, he knows about rap. But then when I know about world events and other things like history and all these things, they're just blown away. And they're like, you got any tattoos? No, not all blacks have tattoos. Matter of fact, no blacks used to have tattoos, period. We were not the let me get a sleeve. That stuff came in the 2000s. We were never tattooed up like that. We was never with earrings like that. We were never like that. In the 80s, it was very rare you would ever see a black guy with an earring, period, let alone a tattoo. That was taboo. Now, because of television and entertainment, and we do this following everybody, we feel like we got to get tatted up. People blacker than my shirt over here getting tattoos. Like, we can't see that. Who gonna see that? Like, dog, you don't see the snake there? Like, no, dog. You blacker than the doggone tattoos. It's like a scar. And for all you tattoo babies, you want to understand why you're getting sick is because there's certain type of things that are happening in the paint and all the tattoos that you're getting. You're not getting regular dull ink. You're getting all the colors and everything else. Do you know what that is to keep the color in place and keep it from fading? You know what that is? What keeps color and don't really fade? Car paint. Oh yeah, car paint. And you know why they're using car paint? It's gonna last longer. They don't care what it does to your skin and that car paint in your skin. And car paint contains a high dosage of nickel. Nickel will skin cancer, allergies, all these different things that you're talking about in your tattoos. So when you eat certain foods, when you have this nickel in your system, your skin is and your body is trying to fight the poison that the nickel is in your body. So now your body's weakened. So you eat anything, you're gonna get food poison easier. You're gonna get pneumonia, colds, cancer, all these different things, and you're not noticing the real problem is coming from the tattoo. See, when you go and donate blood, they ask you, "Do you have any tattoos?" Because they know. They know. You guys don't know because you can think it looks cool, but you're killing yourself to try to look cool. Knock yourself out. I've never seen a girl say, "Ooh, I like him because he got tattoos." Any girl who like you because you got tattoos, not the kind of woman you want to be with. Hmm. That's what I'm saying, JC. He said the right thing. I'd rather be hated for who I am to be loved for who I'm not. And that's the most honest statement in the world. That's right. Stop following these crazy trends. I mean, guys who used to hit their whole body and face tatted up, they was just like lifers. They weren't getting out. They were like, I don't care. I'm bored. I'm in jail. I ain't got nothing else to do. They get their whole face tatted. They were like, look, I'm gone. Now everybody want to do it. Man, I wouldn't even date girls with tats. And any girl that my exes will tell you, I broke up with a girl because she went and got a tat. I'm like, if you go get that tat, I'm gone. She thought I was BSing. Well, I left. I mean, we ain't become a couple again, but I did go back and blow her back out a couple more times. And I told her then, like, look at this tat, it's stupid. So I did go back and hit it again, but we never became a couple again. It was over. Now I bet you right now she's like, he was right, it was stupid. 'Cause I'm like crying. Right now, I know she done gained a lot more weight, and that tattoo done stretched out like. She done had like 3, 4 kids. What tattoo was it? It was weird. It was supposed to be a design. It looked terrible. I'm like, I don't know what this is. How do you talk to girls? Easy. Open your mouth and say, "Hey, how you doing?" But see, you talk to women. Period. It depends. Like if you're in a certain age bracket, depends on how you talk to them. My cologne talk for me. The way my nails are groomed, my outfit talks, my attitude talks, the confidence talks. Everything talks for me before I even open my mouth and say hello. If I ain't brushed my teeth, my mouth ain't clean. My hygiene talks for me. And now the car been talking for me. Girl be like, I don't know, girl. He talk about basketball and LeBron too much. I can't. Oh, that's your car? Oh, it is so cute. Oh, you got some cute seats. Look, you can call me on Monday. I'm not doing anything. I'll be another one, another one. I mean, the car has picked up more chicks than me. If you'd only know how many chicks I picked up when I wasn't even trying. I'm trying to go to the video store to see if they got. I'm like, well, I'm gonna see if this movie's out because I don't see it on the list. The girl walks up to me like, "Hey, how you doing? That's a married guy's car. You're married?" I'm like, "Nah." She was like, "Oh, you want to pick up your girlfriend? Y'all finna watch a date night movie?" I'm like, "No, who are you? Why are you all in my business?" This is how she opened up conversation. Who would have known I've been sleeping with that chick for 3 months after that? Before she went crazy. Yeah. Yep. Help me in my Mercedes. You remember that? The girl I took to see it. I was like, man, that sounded like a conversation I had. Yeah, I did have that conversation. F you and your Mercedes. I'm like, my God, my car looking like it happens. I'm like, man, see what you done got me into again. The other girl was like, I think you like your car more than you like me. I'm like, why? Because you always talking about your car and what you gotta. Yep, that's right. That's my theme song. Two ribs for the chick, two ribs for the chick. Now do it back, do it back. Hold on one second. There's something I gotta do. Some stupidity that just happened that I need to address. They were so offended. They cut my live stream last time when I was telling people the truth about Black Panther. So now they went even further. Their level of stupidity has stooped even further. I went and made a video talking about the same thing, and they were even madder. I made the video for some reason. So I just had to put in a notice for them to stop trying to take it down because there's nothing wrong with it. So we're back. Yeah, they stay trying to shut me down because it's all politics and BS now. Why you think my views are not what they used to be? I used to get like 30,000, 40,000, 50,000. Now I'm like 2,000, 3,000. They're blocking you from seeing the video, blocking all the subscribers from seeing my video because they think because naturally they think you do it for hits. I don't do it for hits. I put the information out there so people can see it. I was doing this long before they gave me a check. But for those who got here and stayed, this is the benefit you get for staying long. You get to hear extra stuff that was not included. So for all you guys who want to hear what happened, you can take the video back to the beginning if you just got here, and it will definitely tell you when it transpired. Nigga, we all get a time. Fuck you catching feelings for all me when your ass alone.
That pussy community. Community. Well, you be all in that DM, nigga. She be all in my BM, nigga. You be all in your feelings about it like when I see him. I'ma kill this nigga on three-way like his nigga. I should take the bitch back and clip the nigga. Pussy make him not pay attention. You punk bitch. Go with this nigga. Go bad bitch. So love me. And fuck a bad bitch. She ugly. Put the pussy in recovery. I'm like, now what you think of me? Niggas going out just to talk to these hoes. Run big, fake girl so close. I didn't wonder where the money get the motherfucking money that they ain't for the re-up gone. I don't do no stuff. I don't put no hoe till the bitch keep walking. I don't do much talking. Right now, I'm just not doing this all. Got a flex on the bitch. Tag team, I got nicks on the bitch. I ain't stressing the bitch. But that ain't in, I'm doing check for the bitch. Drop that hoe back off in the hood. Too rich for the bitch. I'm too rich for the bitch. Too rich for the bitch. Drop that hoe back off at that club. I'm too rich for the bitch. I'm too rich for the bitch. Too rich for the bitch. Now do it, baby. Do it, baby. Do it, do it. Do it, baby. Do it. Yeah, yeah. Now do it, baby. Do it, baby. Do it, do it. Do it, baby. Do it. Yeah, yeah. Shorty playing, she late for that. She ain't have to put a nigga in that. Beefing over these bitches, not me. Nah, nigga, I ain't game for that. We don't talk with no pillows, nigga. We bought all these bitches with us. You act like you got all the hoes, but all I see is niggas with you. She don't like when you pulling on her. She like me, I'm pulling up. I act like I don't want her. You act like you can't get enough. That bitch that like dope boys. If you got money, she call for it. I drink that hoe. Her head so good, she gon' have you there like, oh Lord. All this time you ain't knowing it. I'm her shit you can't afford. She take pictures with your money. But you tell her she can't know it. All you niggas don't panic. I'm just trying to understand it. I must take these hoes granted. All you niggas just so romantic. Drop that hoe back off of the hood. Too rich for the bitch. I'm too rich for the bitch. Too rich for the bitch. Drop that hoe back off at that club. Too rich for the bitch. I'm too rich for the bitch. Too rich for the bitch. Now do it, baby. Do it, baby. Do it, do it. Do it, baby. Do it. Yeah, yeah. Now do it, baby. Do it, baby. Do it, do it. Do it, baby. Do it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. You know what time it is. That's my song. What's good, Mr. Brown? Savon. Better than Trayvon. All right, Mr. Sledge. Since you did it the last time, you went ahead and made the donation. You get to do it. You get to pick the number from 0 to 60. And get to do it. Are you ready? It's for all the super chat. Magic time. Yeah, I seen Carlito's way too. All right, here we go. He's ready. He got his number picked out from 1 to 60. Here we go. Do you see your number in here? It's never too late for magic. Okay, he saw his number in there. What about now? Oh man, bro. Okay. What about now? Wow. Okay. What about now? He's seeing his numbers in all of them. No, finally we have a no. There you go. Oh, my arm was getting tired. I had to switch arms. Another no. I already know your number, but let me know if it's in it. Wow. His number is 38. Unbelievable. Way to go, Burundi Sledge. He said no. No, it's 38. I'm gonna say what? I'm like, wait a minute. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I am correct. I can guess anybody's number out in their own head, and I don't even gotta be there. Boom, magic. You said Pusha T gave Drake his first L. Well, did he light it for Drake too? Because that's the only L he could ever give Drake. Somebody better tackle Mr. Brown. He's trying to bring up Pusha T. The 312 block walkers in the house. Don't forget to hit that super chat button and make a donation. Support the movement for improvement. Oh, yeah, it's the Adrien Broner information. That's early on in the video. You can fast forward the video all the way back there, and then you guys can go from there. Right now, we're just sitting around talking. We did some trivia last time. Mr. Sledge, you already did super chat donations. Please, you do not have to donate anymore. I appreciate it. Save it for tomorrow. Keisha loved me. I don't know if she loves me anymore. She might have grown out of it. Wrestling trivia. Oh, man. Hey, what's up? 9 times anything. 9. What's that? 9 times anything is 9. Hmm. Let me see. 9 times anything is 9. 312 Block Walker. What's up? But he said 9 times anything is 9. That is crazy. Let me see. 9 times 8 isn't 9. Let me see something here. All right, here's a pen and paper. I use my Ready Player One movie poster though. Oh, you talking about in that form. Yeah, if you can break it down like that, yeah, everything would be 9. Let me show you something here. If I go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, this is the same pen. I hate these fancy pens they give you and they don't write. Ticks me off. Okay, there it is. 8, 9. Okay, you see that? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, if I was to reverse it in the other direction, go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If I have something that writes, well, I'll do it a little bit like that. If you go in reverse the same way, you have your 9 timetables, wouldn't you? Everything's around 9. You go 1 through 9, and then 9 all the way up to 0, all the way up to 9. And you will have your 9 timetables. Goodbye, Stevon. Okay, there it is. It's writing now. Look at that. 0 through 9. 0 through 9. That's why I used to always smoke this in school. My 9 timetables were the easiest ones, just as much as 10 and 11. What about 9 times 11? That would be 99. 99 problems and Shalene ain't one. I was not supposed to say that. Nobody. I gotta go. I done messed up.